All right, and welcome back to hopefully the final episode. Well, the final episode of not the series, but the final episode of the terraforming for Frontier's Edge, because this is the final drop drone. So, I've completed all of the requirements for the planet, and I got rid of the earthquakes that were happening. I don't know if I needed to do water surfacing or not, but it was just something to do while I was waiting for resources for the rest of the projects. I did have to do, oops, where'd it go? I did have to fix the atmospheric nitrogen once just to bring the atmospheric pressure back down. It went up one too far, which was interesting because this one should stop it in the perfect spot. So I'm not really sure what happened there. It might have been forestation that did it, or wheat fields. That's fine. We got it covered. I've already completed archaeology once, and I'm doing it again just because of how many more houses we need. There was no unique dialogue for finishing the winter sports resort, and then I did clinic for 10% savings on medical supplies. So that's what I did there. No, yeah, that's terraforming complete. Well, it will be here in a second. We'll get some unique dialogue out of it. Or will be complete, I should say. While we're waiting for that dialogue to happen, I got lucky the night before. Um, Somebody sent through UKR 463 that was easy to capture a few times. And so I got it myself a couple more. And then I went ahead and put all low star pilots on them, no crew, and I've changed their loadout for the mission. So no mines, no laser towers, just what they need to do the missions. And so yeah, now I can now it could be my turn to send out asteroids that are easy to capture for people. So that's cool. And that's all part of ventures here. And I already did send out one. And so I've just been slowly working on ventures as well, just a little bit at a time, whenever I can in my off time, because I also have a job that I work at. So that's always fun. Yeah. And then I haven't decided on what planet I want.
Messna, long known as that cold planet with the mountains, has become the #1 holiday destination, attracting visitors from all over known space. And with a wide range of activities and famously cozy hotels, this is looking to be more than a fad. Reservations are going fast, so be sure to make yours soon. I already did.
The current terraforming project has completed.
That news reporter's hairstyle, though. Alright, so terraforming's done on this planet. So what are my options now? Oh, and a nice email here. I thought you would like to know that with our terraforming efforts successfully completed, life is now thriving on the planet surface. It should be the planet's surface. Okay. There's undoubtedly plenty of work left to do on site, but I suggest you take a moment to appreciate how far you have come in the pursuit of shaping and changing our universe for the better. To this end, I have attached a brief broadcast which was produced to celebrate your achievements. Outstanding work from Bosota. And you can actually click on this and make it full screen. So that's neat. A parented snowboarding. I'm not sure what the camera shake is, but yeah, an L ship in the background taking off. So yeah, nice little broadcast from the surface of the planet. Congratulations, terraforming has been completed. So let's take a look at what my options are. I could continue with terraforming, doing all sorts of other things, but the mission has been completed. I could do, I believe, these to get more skilled Marines and managers, pilots. I haven't done any of these before. I don't really need to. I already know where I can get more skilled Marines at in a much easier way than terraforming a whole planet. Much earlier into the game, I can get more skilled Marines within like the first hour of the game instead of like 70 or 60 some odd episodes into a YouTube series. So this is nice, but it's kind of too little too late. Like way too late. And if I wanted to make money again, or I want to make tons of money off of this, I believe the payouts do scale with the population, but so does the resource requirement. So again, I don't need money either because my wharf effectively makes infinite money. So that's pretty interesting. I could do a couple more of these, but I don't know exactly what I would get out of it. So I'm just gonna call it good, unless it's gonna start giving me ships or something, or very unique, like super unique rewards. So I'm gonna call that good on terraforming on that planet, and we're gonna move on to the next terraforming project. So I heard this one was actually exceptionally difficult. And what normally would happen when you complete a terraforming mission like this, and what will happen, is your relation with whichever faction should go up. And so that was an Antigon mission there. So the faction relation should have went up. So I guess I have to look through here now. Mission completed. There we are. Only one rep with the Antigon Republic. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Um, so your reputation goes up when you complete a terraforming mission, but when you do mission or sectors like these, the faction also, I believe, claims the sector and starts defending it as well. But the Antigon has already moved in and already went ahead and claimed even well past that, so they were already doing that anyway. So that's that. I heard the Atlia's misfortune is exceptionally difficult because of how the planet is. I'm kind of interested in doing the scale plate one. And that would be interesting because the reward is reduced pirate activity, and that has some unique rewards that go with that. That is strengthening the anti-gun republic. They hardly need strengthening anymore. They don't have any enemies. Uh, and then same with Getsufun. I've heard this one could be a really interesting profit maker if you're low on credits, but I'm not, so I don't necessarily want to do that one. I think I will do the SCA one because that is ooh, a unique blueprint for a welfare module. I heard this one was absolutely ridiculous too. So this one could be cool. I definitely want to see what that blueprint, or actually I kind of know what that one is, but I thought that was a planet specific thing and not a actual station module, so I'm definitely interested in doing that one as well. And this one doesn't sound too hard either. So how about I do this one? I'm interested in reducing the pirate activity, especially against my faction, right? And that this comes with a whole bunch of interesting stuff, so that's why I'm doing it next. So there should be unique dialogue as soon as I accept that mission when I close this menu.
This individual contacted me through a mutual friend, they called it. Apparently, your name has been going around in certain circles, and not in the they're a problem kind of way either. They seem very interested in the rumors that we might be able to make planets habitable, and I do find the prospect of reducing piracy somewhat appealing.
All right, so there we go. And then this is what the planet looks like after I'm done terraforming it. So it has slowly changed. It hasn't changed like too drastically, but there's a little more brown in the mountain ranges. It's definitely a lot less green looking. Um, there's more atmosphere. You can tell there's more atmosphere now. So it did change a little bit, but you wouldn't really notice it unless you were actually looking for it. And I believe that you can actually see the cities down there now. So that's a fun little touch. And yeah, let's relocate the headquarters. This ought to be interesting. I was gonna use the Azure to drop a nav beacon, but it's in use. So I need to relocate the headquarters over to where? Okay, that's not exactly helpful. Scale plate green. I don't know if it matters. Yeah, I'm not sure if it matters either system. So I'm going to try this system because it has actual resources in it. Let's see here. Ore, silicon, and scrap, which is interesting. Hydrogen, which isn't what I was ever struggling with. It was actually helium and methane that were the big problems. And I'm not seeing any of those close by either. So let's see here. How many jumps would it be from here? So this sector doesn't count as a jump if I'm going in between these two. In terms of plotting a route for getting resources. And my manager is a 5 or rank 5 manager, so I can get 5 jumps away for resources. So one jump to get into turquoise sea, and then either of those is available, that doesn't count against the jump limit. And then company regard is also only one jump away from either of these sectors. So basically I'm at one jump here, and then there's helium and methane right there. Perfect. So that would be two jumps. And then there's also helium and methane in both of these. Perfect. So two jumps away, and I have all the resources I need to terraform. Excellent. Nothing in Hiwa's twin or in silicon out in Hiwa's twin 5. Well, there's actually a significant amount here. How much is in here? Oh, it's quite a bit more out there. Okay, so I will drop a resource probe out there as well. And yeah, so let's get the sewer on that. If it didn't get blown up. And oh, I'll send out one of my asteroids real quick on a element survey. So I just sent the um, spectrum colored one out, and that was a reward for an operation finishing. So I can get it. I'll take a look at that here soon. I'm going to send the camo colored one out now. And yeah. So if anybody wants an asteroid, here you go. That one should be pretty easy to capture, and that should be available for a couple hours today. And that'll be pretty fun for people to run into during their games. They'll just happen to see the infamous UKR 463 in their systems. Usually, when you see that ship in your system, you know it's something worthwhile to go after and capture because not only myself, but a whole bunch of other people have also made this ship easier to capture as well. So when you see that whole number in your game, might be worth checking out to see if you can go get it and actually capture it. So that's pretty fun. So I need resource probes and nav beacon on the sewer. And it'll be the fastest ship to get out anywhere. Go for 20 resource probes. I only need like one per system. I'll do two nav beacons. And yeah. So in order to get my colossal mining fleet to actually start mining in a sector, all I need is one resource probe per sector I want them to mine in. So right now I don't have any out here. And what that does is they won't go, they won't mine here unless it's really high density. Like they know it's available, I think that's how that works, but they won't go to it unless it's like a super high density or something like that. But when I drop a resource probe on it, it just it gets rid of the negative mining speed, I think is what it does, and that makes it attractive enough that they'll actually go out and mine in those sectors. Or they'll actually see these sectors as mineable targets. It's one or the other. And this is completely safe over here because the Xenon got kicked out. Yeah, hopefully that Yasuo will get loaded out here soon. Oh, all right, perfect. And basically pick a spot. I want a spot close to the gate without destroying a Talati platform. Mm, here goes nothing. I mean, that should be far enough away from everything that it won't destroy that defense platform. It'd be kind of funny if it did, but I don't necessarily want that to. And then over here's kind of a mess for me to pick as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try for this system because that's a straight shot out over to this little highway they've got going on, and then right into the resources I want to go tap into. I will throw down a resource probe over here on these patches. I'm not really sure if this matters, but I will do one here. I don't think multiple should matter, but maybe it does. It hasn't seemed like it. I did resource probes all over where my station's currently parked, but only one or two in every sector. So I'm not sure how much multiple resource probes helps or not. But since how this is helium and methane, oops, that's not what I wanted. Hopefully that order was not dropping nav beacons. Now I gotta go through and make sure I did that right. Alright. Since this is potentially helium and methane, I definitely want to get a resource probe covering as much of the helium and methane as I can. Those are really important resources because they're so limited. And a lot of the more specialized um, resources, like the Terran resources for building all their specialized stuff, takes helium and methane. Those are the biggest bottlenecks that I've run into. So I don't know if I'm wasting my time out here or not. I should probably look at the system information. Nope, they also have helium and methane out here as well. Not a lot. That should uh, more or less do it. I don't necessarily want to jump into the Duke's territory because I have such high rep with the Argon. I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to see that because I can see it. But that ship has a little pirate sword icon, boarding icon, because that's not actually an Argon ship. That is a Prometheus, a Buccaneer's plunder, and I could actually go over and just attack that ship for weapon mod or rare mods, I should say, not necessarily weapon mods. Oh, I can actually see what it's got on it. Interesting. So I don't want any of those, but it's funny that I can see that because they chose to show up as an argon. And there's another one there. Those ships are really easy to spot because they've got the sword icon. Because they stand out. Because I'm allies with the argon. That's really funny. They're not allies, but plus 27. Yep, at least plus 27. Hilarious. All right, we have the nav beacon in place. Oh, that's just a Minotaur raider. I already sent out a ship. Let's go talk to Bosota.
Hello there.
I'm gonna save before I warp my or teleport my headquarters over there because that's quite a bit of ships. That's like 60 plus ships getting reassigned orders to go travel to a completely different sector, which could have potential uh, issues with my computer might not handle it very well, so the game might crash. That's what I'm trying to say. Nav beacon's there. All right. Before I talk to Boso, just make a save real quick. I only do have one online save, so well, just like everybody else who's participating in ventures. So if I've already made a mistake up to this point, it's too late, and I'll have to live with it.
Hello there. That does appear to be a suitable destination. I am prepared. Shall I initiate the process? Charging the high mass teleportation drive. Goodness me.
Entering system. Scale plate green.
Well, the good news is
The
the
power
game hasn't
system is
crashed.
stabilizing.
Sweet, the game didn't crash. Um,
It seems to have been successful.
we're in skill plate green now with a absolutely ridiculous station. Looks like we did destroy a ship. Oops. Oh, one of my advanced satellites got wiped out. Ooh, did I did I destroy a Talati station? I guess not. That's very interesting that that satellite got destroyed, but this one didn't. That kind of worries me about that station. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at. Actually, I want to look at my personal office to see if I got any uh new trophies added to it. No, looking pretty bog standard. I thought since I completed one terraforming mission that maybe there'd be something new. Oh, that is kind of new, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that isn't new. It's too hard to tell. Well, that's too bad. So all of my ships are still assigned to this station, and once I start a terraforming process and start using up all of the resources or start using up all the resources available to the station, these mining ships should all get orders to go mine into the nearest sector to the station, like this ship has. So I don't have to issue them individual orders. They will just either reassign to drop off to the station and then pick new places to mine from. So that'll be interesting. That's a fleet of ships basically. Large ships just all going to the other end of the galaxy. That's fun. Let's take a look at the terraforming projects. So you neutralize the radioactivity. Um, I need sunrise flower fields, and a ton of housing. That is 1 billion in housing. So that's 4 arcologies, and those take a lot of resources. It doesn't necessarily have oh wait, no, the radioactivity. But it doesn't have a cycling special disruptive event. So this just takes scanning arrays and drone parts. That won't actually take very long. So they actually need carbon dioxide to breathe and not oxygen, that raises a lot of questions about how are we able to run around on their stations without a spacesuit then? Because if we're, oh wait, no, they need oxygen as well. Okay, all right. At least it looks like they do. I was about to be like, wait a second. Well, I guess it still kind of doesn't make too much sense, but okay, it makes a little bit of sense. We could run around on the stations without getting poisoned by the air. That's 3 bars of radioactivity. So this will probably have to be done multiple times. And it has a repeat symbol on it, so it looks like I might have to scale up my scanning arrays and drone components. I only have 4 scanning arrays. I'll need to scale this up. It needs 25 per, so hopefully that'll cover it. And then drone components. Same thing. Oh, I already need more storage. Awesome. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I wanted to copy. There we go. Kind of run out of areas to put storage on. I might have to oh great. I hope I don't have to redesign this. Oh yeah, my build ship's all the way out in Frontier Edge. That'll be fun getting that over here too. Alright, let's start the terraforming project of cleaning it up. Because I don't have the resources, it will take a little while. Actually, that's 132,000 whole parts. So I do need to scale up whole parts, drone components, and scanning arrays to get that done. So that is what I will start working on. And yeah, I will be back with more voice lines that are unique to the game, and then what I suspect is there probably won't be a whole bunch of unique voice lines. I might get one or two unique voice lines out of this if as I do the major objectives. So when the radioactivity is gone, I think I might get a voice line out of that. And then I'll get a voice line once all three objectives are done. So some unique dialogue, I mean. But everything else will probably just get the terraforming project has been completed, or the current terraforming project has been completed. So I will be back when I get some unique dialogue. I'll make a save before I finish the radioactivity, and then I'll see if that gives a unique voice line, and then if it does, I will reload that save and then make a video out of it. Um, Before I leave, I will.
Production will start right away.
I do believe if I went into this sector as well, since there are two sectors inside a big sector, I think it would have worked either way if I'd have went into either of these. Um, yeah, where did that Yasur get to? Still working on putting all the resource probes out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before I leave, we'll just get a general update on what's going on in the universe, basically. The Teladi are still holding strong, and the Curbs are helping out. It looks like the Teladi are fighting back the Xenon, and that's pretty impressive because they're at war with the Tri right now, and it looks like the Tri is going on a rampage. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops. There is no longer a defense platform in he was Twin 1. So the Tri went in there and took that out. Maybe they'll start claiming it. It looks like they've done plenty of damage to the stations as well. But then they backed off, so that's interesting. It doesn't look like the Teladi have really struck back, or that they could strike back. Huge fleet over here defending. Lots of laser towers, makes sense. I'm actually interested that they didn't strike out at this sector as well, because they do have a connector point there as well. Or here, they could swing through Argon space and come attack. Or Argon Antigon space as well. So that's interesting that they don't. But yeah, that's basically what happened. The Xenon do breach containment every now and then the Argon Curbs and Teladi and Ministry usually fight them off. I haven't really been having too big of a problem with the Xenon anymore. They usually get contained, and this isn't necessarily a problem. I do think that if the Xenon make it out into here, there's a large Ministry fleet that will clean them up. So at least one NPC faction's holding the Xenon back, because if the Xenon get into this sector and then move on to Rax Dominion 4, then they'll make a beeline for my processing facility over here. For whatever reason, there's an extreme anti-player bias, and the Xenon will immediately beeline to my processing facility in order to destroy it before they'll make moves on any of the other targets available in that system. And then I'll have to do something about it. Probably just move the fleet over, crush the Xenon threat, and then move the fleet back if something happens. They actually have a Raptor over here. Yeah. Oh, it's their flagship, and it's actually full of fighters. Wow. It's been a really long time since I've seen a Patriarchy flagship that had a full complement of fighters. So, yeah, nothing too exciting has happened. My defense platforms are holding strong against the Xenon Ks, and sometimes an eye will pop through as well, like right there. Nice. So yeah, KR and I or 2Ks with the eye will come through these sectors, and then the defense platforms will wipe the floor with them. So no trade issues for my wharf and shipyard anymore. That was a large problem earlier on in the playthrough. The Xenon would always come through that gate, and then I would have trade disruption to my wharf and shipyard. That's no longer the case, and I can continue pumping out ships for the curbs, which still owe me quite a bit of money. And I'm happy to say that my galaxy has not gone stagnant in the war economy. I could still make lots of money wherever I want, so that's great. Yeah, and even if the Xenon get completely wiped out, I still have the Teladi and the Trinity to rely on fighting each other for places to sell ships to and anything else. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you got a comment, leave a comment. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.